Okay, so the second law that we use with oblique triangles is called the cosine law. Okay, so we saw what the sine law does. So in the cosine law, we're going to see in this case 6 formulas, but the 6 formulas, each three is kind of like related, right? They're the same formula, it's just different letters, right? It depending on what side or what angle you're looking for. So as you can see, let's look at the first formula. So if I'm looking for side A, the formula says a squared equals to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine A. Okay? So in this case, you know everything except side A. Okay? So let's look at a triangle here. So in this case, you know side, so let's say this is A, B, C. So basically, you're looking for side A. You don't know what side A is. You know what side B is because this is given to you. You know what side C is because you're going to plug it in here, right? And then you're going to subtract 2 times B times C, so B and C, and then cosine angle A. So basically, the known information are the two sides, the two other sides, and the angle in between them. Okay? So this is when you can use this formula. Now let's say I'm looking for side B. What would the formula be?
B equal to A squared plus C squared.
Yeah, A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cosine B. That's right.
Is the 2 always given? Like
The 2 is always there. Yeah, it's always minus 2. There's a lesson like where they go through how they derive this formula, but we don't need to know that. You're welcome. Okay? And then remember that all these formulas will be given to you, so you don't have to memorize them. And then if I'm looking for side C, I have to do C squared equal B squared plus A squared minus 2AB cosine C, right? It has to match the side C. I forgot the S in cosine. Okay? So these are the formulas that you'll be using. Again, you'll be given 2 sides and the angle between them so you can find the third side. Easy. Now, the other formulas that you will be given to use in the cosine law is whenever you're looking for the angle. So in this case, you'll be given the 3 sides. You must be given all 3 sides. You must be given all 3 sides, A, B, and C. Okay? And then you're looking for one of the angles. Okay? So let's say if you're looking for angle A, right, the formula becomes like this. Cosine A equals B squared plus C squared minus A squared over 2BC. Okay? So look here. You see that minus A squared? That matches the angle. It's always going to be like that. Okay? So if I'm looking for angle B, it's going to be cosine B equal to C squared minus B squared over 2AC, right? It won't be B, it's 2AC. Because if you go back to this formula, right, if you're isolating for this, right, it's going to be divided by 2AC. That's why. Technically, these are coming from the isolation of this.
so that's 2AC.
2AC, yeah.
What about the first one? It says ABC.
It should say 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you for seeing it.
That's 2BC.
As 2BC, that's right. I did not even read it as A. I read it as 2. Isn't that funny? Okay? Now, how about angle C? Cosine C equals to A squared plus B squared minus C squared over 2AB. Excellent. Okay? So now, no matter what the letters are, they could be X, Y, and Z. You can make your formula. Right? As long as you remember the pattern, you can make your own formula. Okay? So, as I said earlier, in order to use the cosine law, you need to know two sides. Now, this is where the important part comes in. And in this case, it has to be the contained angle. So they have to be the two sides and the angle between them. That's the only case. And the contained angle, so that means the angle between them. Or you must know all three sides. Okay? It is easier to identify if it's cosine law. If you have the two sides and the angle between them, or if you have the three sides, you know it's cosine law. And then for all the other cases, it's going to be the sine law. Okay? So I'm going to take you back up to the picture here. So if you know the two sides and the angle between them, right? This is when you use the first part of the cosine law, the first formula. All right, so let's look at this. So in this case, it's asking you specifically to find the measure of angle C. What is given to me? All three sides. So what part of the formula, which formula am I going to use? The first part, the first three formulas, or the second three? The second one, and then I'm going to use which one of the second?
We are looking for angle, so we can write cosine C.
Cosine C. That's right. Equals A squared plus B squared minus C squared over 2AB. Okay? Cosine C is, so this is C, this is B, and this is A. So 500 squared plus 650 squared minus 750 squared all over 2 times 500 times 650. Now, here's what I'm going to ask you guys. Unless you have a calculator where you can actually enter it as a fraction like you see on the board, I want you to, so I think you're the only one that can do that. But the rest, I want you to find the answer for the top, the answer for the bottom, write them, then do the division. Otherwise, you're going to get the wrong answer. Okay? Unless you have a function on your calculator that looks like this. Then you can enter it like you see this. No. Okay? So if that's not the case, if you don't have that, then I want you to find the answer for the top, find the answer for the bottom, and then divide them. Because this is where I see most of the mistakes, okay? Find that answer. Okay, write it down. Now, if you don't do that, you might not get the same answer. Okay? And you can try it if you like. So the answer for this is 0.16923. Okay? Now, is that my answer? What do I have to do? The inverse of cosine. That's right. So angle C is cosine inverse of 0.16923, which is 80 degrees. Okay. Perfect. There are 6 of you. So this is what I want you to do. For the next question, I'm going to get 3 of you. You're going to take the front board. 3 of you, you're going to take the back board. And then you guys are going to try to solve the question on the board. Okay? So for the next question, you guys, are we having problem with this calculator stuff?